Yes. Boys. I'm quite full of that, thank you. Everyone's been growling and sniping today, and I would appreciate not you too. Thank you. What happened last game?
So, we heard from Bones. It turns out Bones has been having some dragon trouble too. Specifically a red dragon in Tikal who came out of hibernation and started going on a destructive rampage of her lightning rails, whatever those are. So, it's kind of sus that that there's all this dragon activity. We filled Bones in on what exactly had happened with the Tomb of the 12, since we'd told her a few things, but had not told her everything by any means. Which I think was to the surprise of everybody involved that we hadn't told her everything at this point.
Minor detail we seem to have left out completely.
Yeah, but
on brand.
But now she's filled in. She's getting to work. She's gonna try to get in touch with the metallic dragons, since the idea is that when chromatic dragons are acting, that metallic dragons ought to be doing something to stop them. And she's got a lot to do. She drank some coffee. So she's pretty busy. We headed down to the Court of Miracles. We picked up Say, watched Alina and Michael spar for a bit. Josen teleported us via tree, along with some grumblings and a little bit about how this 7:30 is not early for him. 7:30 is late. Yeah. Yeah, that sneak attack really is something that the Tal'Dorei paladin siblings play amongst themselves. Because paladins are clanky rogues. And yeah, we found ourselves in a nice forest. Where we started doing some sneaking. And soon enough came upon a group of villagers being chased by a couple of gigantic trolls. So seemed like it would be a good idea to fight them. We defeated one troll, the other one is off living their best life as turtle for the next approximately 58 minutes. And chatted with the villagers a bit. We learned that most of the surviving villagers are gathered at the Ravenhome keep. The dragon's army is pretty disorganized. It's mostly trolls and people who look like giant lizards who have crocodiles as pets. So that's kind of cool, but also kind of dangerous. Hopefully none of those villagers were the dragon in disguise. Probably not, right? But anyway, they're onto Waterdeep to seek refuge. And there's also this mushroom circle. Eliana stepped into it and did not get dragged off to the Feywild. Bosun has been having quite a lovely time going into the mushroom circle and getting dragged off to the Feywild and having a flower crown made for him by pixies.
Just living the dream.
Indeed.
Related to Bosun, I do have a question about Bosun anatomy. So in the picture, in the picture that is of the party, he looks like a puffin. But also in the first episode with Erebus, there was mention that he has tentacles. Where are the tentacles?
Yes.
If you zoom in on the picture, you'll see them, I believe. Okay. The picture does have fewer tentacles than Headcanon Bosun because Headcanon Bosun is horrifying. Um,
Okay.
but
Great.
he's basically a puffin. He is albino, which I believe if you look at the puffin in my Roll20 avatar image, when it's showing the puffin and not Grim's face, that is the coloration. He has basically instead of feathers, he has lots and lots and lots of little tiny tentacles.
Oh, okay.
Some of which he can seem to extend to
Interesting.
grab things
Okay.
a little bit. So they're not like he doesn't have like large like octopus tentacles. I guess those are,
It's like
but he has
mini
like
tentacles.
that kind of stretch when he's trying to like pick up a bunch of things.
Interesting. Okay.
But that's hard to draw and also upsetting. So
Okay. Fantastic. Also, other note, I think I don't have a character sheet in Roll20, and that's why I can't activate Eris' avatar.
What? Okay, hold on. I can fix that.
Thank you.
Huh, okay. You should have one now.
Okay.
It's completely blank.
Yay, there we go.
Right. Perfect. Okay, as quiet kind of rolls over the forest around you. You guys heading forward, or?
I believe we were going to head off towards the smoke, and the plan was for Bosun to catch up because I believe the turtle was still in the water. Bosun is probably in the mushroom circle. Grim will unsummon, resummon when as needed.
Yep, I'm pretty sure we are going onwards.
Yes. Corinne keeping a weather eye out for any birds that look deceptive or traitorous.
Sus birds that fail the
Yeah.
vibe check.
I think last time we checked, there didn't seem to be any birds or small animals around, almost like we were in a forest that had been under attack with trolls running through it. But at some point, presumably there will be birds spying on us. It's fine.
Do I still have Pass Without Trace up, or do I need to reactivate that?
I think you still have it up.
Okay.
Good for an hour, right? So as long as the turtle is polymorphed.
Okay.
Yeah, it is also, it's a concentration spell too, so if any spells you cast for concentration during the fight, then you would need to recast it.
Yeah, I didn't cast any concentration spells.
Other than yeah.
Yeah. Cast polymorph, cast fireball, fight was over.
Oh, Yana had a good fight. Some of us missed a lot. That was good.
Okay, it looks like Ensnaring Strike is a concentration spell, so I'm going to have to recast that.
Okay.
I will hold on that until it's more clearly Danger Time. Unless it's Danger Time now.
IDK, is it Danger Time?
What's our perception checks telling us, Heather?
It is quiet around you. You don't hear any birds, but you also don't hear any small animals. Nothing seems to be out of place as you move forwards.
Nothing out of place except the smoke rising from the small town we're heading towards.
The smoke.
It's fine.
And the complete lack of wildlife in a forest.
Yeah.
It's
Fine.
Corinne will kind of go scout up ahead, like putting herself a little bit further ahead of the rest of the party, but will try to like slip behind trees in examining trail up ahead.
Okay. As you head towards the front, Say will bring up the rear, seeming to kind of sandwich the party members in between you both.
Rogue sandwich.
Rogue sandwich.
Is she being sneaky or is she just doing the thing?
She's not like overtly stealthing from you all, but she is definitely moving quietly.
Okay. Grim definitely like glances over their shoulder at her and then carries on.
Okay.
Another map.
Ooh.
Slightly less impressive map.
Lots of tiny little squares.
Yeah. Let's use... Alright, Corinne's bringing up the front. Corinne, you will be representing the party for this.
Go ahead
Okay.
and zoom out. Ooh.
I mean, you could.
I'll need... okay, as you approach, you notice... go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I was going to ask which direction we're approaching from, but then I just saw the icon. So we're
Yes, you are. Approaching from this general direction. Well,
Yes.
from there towards this way.
good. From the west.
Indeed. So you can see, kind of very high above you, doing lazy rounds, there is a large green dragon.
Oh, good.
Corinne looks back at the rest of the group and she's like, Arvis.
Yep. Nope. It's danger time. We are, and we cast Pass Without Trace.
Fair.
By we, I mean Erebus.
And by the way, I do need everyone to make me a stealth check.
Okay.
Delightful.
My dice tray.
That'd be great.
25.
Depending on how long
35,
it's been,
sorry.
they might still have her inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, hey, not bad by Grim standards. 24, including Pass Without Trace.
Yeah, 35 with Pass Without Trace.
26.
And that's gonna be 29 for Erebus.
It's a lot for Say. Hold on, I gotta roll it. I forgot I roll with advantage. Yeah.
So more or less than 40.
I haven't pulled up her character sheet to do the actual math, but
It's plenty.
26 before we start adding modifiers.
Good. Grim looks like, well, no one is behind Grim but Say,
Mhm.
but Grim definitely like has a moment of looking around in like a brief moment of panic, thinking both folks have disappeared, and then realizes what's happened.
So that's a 35.
Nice.
Fucking rogues.
Fucking rogues.
Everyone else seems to also have disappeared to Grim, but not quite as dramatically.
Okay. So, you see above, you guys are doing a very good job of keeping close to buildings, using cover, things like that. You are very certain that you have not been spotted. Matching 35s from the rogues are doing a lot of work with that.
Cool 35.
Do we see any of these patrolling lizard folk or trolls?
You do, but you see them, you do see a few. There seems to be a gathering happening here in what appears to be a town square. You see a lizard folk, you see a couple of the large crocodiles that you were pointed out to look for. You see a few people, like humans, both in robes and in armor. They seem to be trying to mount some sort of organization attempt here. You don't see anyone actively around you, but there are signs that there are still people in these homes. The occasional, like, shuttering of a window, or, closing of a... Not closing. Sorry, all. My brain it's been a day. The light brush of a set of blinds or curtains as you walk by, or the occasional eye peeking out at you. These homes are not as empty as you would anticipate. There are still people out here and home. The keep, where you were told to go, is up here. And it is very clearly up on top of a hill.
Oof.
Is that, I have just because I have the notes up, is that the sort of walled structure? Thank you.
Yeah. It looks like whatever siege attempt that is happening around it has taken a pause for everyone to rally here. So it looks like there's no one attacking it at the moment. So you might all have a clear shot if you move quickly and quietly to get there.
Corinna's just continuing to move towards the fortress because no one can see her.
Yeah.
I would like to roll perception check to find out if Graham is noticing any of these people looking out ever.
Sure.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Yeah, you occasionally see a couple of, like I said, curtain twitches and eyes upon you. People are still in their homes, and they seem to be kind of huddled in, trying to keep a low profile.
Okay. Passive perception 12. I felt like I should double check. Grim is going to continue following and sneaking as best they can. I'm trying to figure out if it makes sense for them to be able to follow. But we'll drop into awaken, like sort of at one point when they catch sight of someone, however briefly, inside the houses. We'll just drop into awaken mind. We're here to help. And we'll just keep going.
Okay.
Assuming that a communication has been made, and if there is a whisper network still in place, then it will make it through there. But that's
Sure.
all they know. I do think that they will, as they keep going, still via awakened mind, to Eliana. Elenia, could you please... Are we still going to the keep? Or, like, slight head tilt towards the center of town?
Cast message, quiet, whispering to Corinne. Still going to the keep, right?
Also, lowered voice. That's what we were told to go.
Messages all around confirming to go to the keep, so first to Grim and then to Erebus and Say in some order.
Erebus gives a subtle thumbs up saying message received.
Grim is also going to unsummon and resummon Bosun. They don't actually snap their fingers, they don't have to. That's just style, normally. So Bosun pops in beside Grim from wherever he was, wearing however many flower crowns he has now. Immediately goes invisible. Grim would like to dispatch Bosun to the town square with instructions of... Do not be seen Do not be heard. Just listen. Tell me what you hear. And Bosun will invisibly head off towards the town square.
Okay. Easy enough.
Onwards to the keep, I guess.
Onwards towards the keep.
Onwards.
Guess so.
Probably like this route to avoid the town square, probably? Question mark?
Yeah.
Seems likely.
I think so.
Okay. Does someone want to roll me a d20?
Sure. Oh, go ahead, Rebecca.
Oh, you're in the lead, so go
Oh.
ahead.
It's a nat 20.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
You make your approach, and you're very certain that you have not been spotted or run into anything as a chance encounter.
Great. Helpful.
Corinne is unsurprised.
It's like, obviously, this is all in a day's work for me.
Yep. We're professionals.
Is the smoke that was rising from the town, is that seem to be coming from anywhere in particular, or is there sort of generalized?
So it looks like a lot of places they tried to set on fire. However, the thatch didn't burn quite as well as anticipated. So it's a lot of like haystacks and barns and things that would go ablaze pretty quickly that are on fire.
Okay. I don't think any reason to deviate from that for that.
Is the door of the keep, or the gate of the keep, open?
No,
I'm
it
assuming
is
no.
closed. Yes. Yeah, no, as you approach, it is definitely closed.
It's almost like the town is
Just-
under siege.
Just checking.
Yeah.
You all are approaching via the front door?
Yes.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
starting to, and I think probably at least Eliana is going to want to do a walkabout of the perimeter.
Okay. As you all approach, you do hear some voices, but no one seems to have spotted you yet, unless you would like to unstealth yourself.
Nope.
Not yet.
No.
What are these voices saying?
They're mostly calling out the all clear, things like that.
Okay. What is sort of situation we're approaching? Walls and gate? Is there anything additional here?
It is a very large square building. Give me just a moment here,
Oh.
and I will show you. Roll 20. Roll 20. Roll 21.
Building suspense.
It really is. Why you do this? Okay. So just pretend you can't see the inside.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a large
Okay.
square, high walls on the outside. You guys are approaching by the front gate here. There do appear to be guards on the place. There's one here. There. So there are people about.
Okay. Do the guards look like guards, or do they look like villagers with spears?
So at least three of the guards look like guards. This one, a dwarven gentleman here, and a human woman here. This guy looks like a villager with spears.
Okay.
Corinne will reach down and pick up like a rock or something like that, and attempt to toss it up to the top of the keep.
Okay. I guess first roll me a dex attack.
Okay.
This is already going better than anticipated with
I
Corinne throwing
see.
something.
It's fine. What could go
hard to
wrong? So dex attack is adding proficiency or no?
Yeah, you're proficient with throwing shit. Sure.
Delightful. Okay, so let's run. Now I'm just gonna do a physical die. That's cocked. Oh no. Plus 9 is 12.
Well then.
Roll a 3.
Could be worse. Not much, but
It
could.
could.
Okay,
It's
so
true.
I guess what was your intent at throwing the rock?
Just to get attention. Like,
Okay.
it's there's a good chance that it didn't make it the whole way up and just like clanked against like stone or something.
Yeah, it kind of clanked against the side, and you got a glance at it, but no one really. But it looks like the entire place is falling apart, so no one paid a whole lot of attention.
Fair. Extremely fair. I think she tries it again.
Sure.
I love her.
She believes in herself.
She believes in herself.
Yep.
I mean, with good reason.
That's better.
Needs.
That's a 21.
A 21.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your intent is to kind of get their attention, but subtle.
Yes.
Yeah. You kind of. It's this farmer guy who's the one who spots you, and he kind of moves over to the gate to look down. Are you breaking out of stealth?
Yes. I wave.
Yeah, you wave. He blinks and waves back at you. And kind of rings a bell next to him. He isn't quite sure what to make of you. He's kind of scratching his head and looking confused. Yeah, so they will open the first gate for you.
Fair enough.
Oh, there's a little airlock murder hole situation.
There is a little airlock murder hole situation.
Good.
I'm sure it's fine.
Don't worry. As people start moving very quickly around, you can, whoever would like
ourselves
to
in the murder hole?
put themselves in the murder hole.
That's so inviting. How can we turn it down?
And when you call it a murder hole.
How do you add your avatar to the murder hole again?
You should be able to just grab your character and drag them out onto the.
On roll 20. Don't be weird. Ha! There we go.
Hey!
Yay.
Hey!
Actual Erebus this time.
Yay!
Ah.
Somehow do I still not have say? Like, I thought I added. Fuck.
Oh, I thought we did too.
Alright, well, it's
I'm gonna look
be
at these
that.
good breads. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to be looking at the inside yet. I got distracted by the bread and potatoes.
You find yourselves being very quickly surrounded. as a tall woman in full plate looks down at you.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
Oh, we're ensigns from the city of Waterdeep. We're here to address your dragon problem.
Right. Great. And how do I know you're not a dragon cultist?
I suppose it's an excellent question.
Grim, who is standing next to Corinne, they would like to do this in a stealthy way that no one outside the party will notice, although I don't know if that's going to be possible, but they would like to try. Dirty 20 stealth, 30 stealth, I guess. Is just going to glance over their shoulder at Bianca.
Erebus, shoot.
That's fun.
Yeah, so Say will just raise her hand.
Erebus nudges Bianca back into the hood of her cloak by pretending to brush a lock of hair off her face. Bianca takes the hint.
I love it.
Yeah, so Say will... she kind of steps forward. Right, I'm an official representative from the Lord's Alliance, and she will take off her badge and kind of toss it up. She's gonna make a check. Don't worry, she's also proficient in throwing shit.
Yay.
You just see her lightly lob it up like she's done this a million times before. And it's very easily caught, and the person looks it over and looks down at her. Right. Well, glad to have you. And tosses the badge back down. All right, let them in.
Grim would like to try to catch the badge.
Sure.
Can I make an argument for sleight of hand?
You can.
It's not great. 15.
Okay. This is an opposed sleight of hand.
I thought it might be.
Against a rogue. I mean, who knows? You said 15?
It's not a great roll. 15, 1-5.
Yeah. You reach out to grab it, and Say just snatches it in the air from above you, and it's like, Did you want to look at it?
I did. I haven't seen one.
Oh, well, take a look. And she will hand it to you to inspect as these gates open.
Yeah. Grim is curious what a Lord's Alliance badge looks like.
Sure. So this is not exactly a Lord's Alliance badge. You've seen a Lord's Alliance badge. This is a... Let me grab it. Let me see if I can find a symbol for...
I actually don't know if Grim has seen a Lord's Alliance badge. Have we seen one? Have we interacted with anybody?
Yeah, you saw when Say was in the
Oh, right, we would have seen, yeah. That's right.
However, her badge, I will post it in Discord for ease of use. Looks like that. Hers is silver.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Do I know what this is?
You can roll a history check.
That is a dirty 20 again.
Sure. So you are vaguely familiar with this symbol representing an ancient kind of somewhere between like an ancient path and an ancient ideology, but very commonly the K, it looks similar to a K, so it is described as a K. It is a symbol of the Black Tower and the Gunslinger Order specifically.
Interesting. Grim will examine it for a moment and then hand it back, not to say follow out of the Valkyrin out of the murder hole.
Okay. As this another woman, this one wearing full plate but with a red cape, approaches you all. Right, we weren't expecting reinforcements. Welcome.
Oh, hello. So, you all have been holed up here. Is there anyone else that needs evacuation?
Everyone that's holed up here is pretty much here for the duration, and until we can secure some way to get them out. The roads have not been safe. We've not gotten a lot of word back yet.
That's fair. We did encounter a group of 5 fleeing from trolls. We've taken care of one of them. The other one has suddenly discovered a newfound passion for swimming.
Yeah.
And was otherwise occupied.
For a bit longer.
Long enough.
Long enough.
She nods. Roll an insight check, anyone who would like.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
That's a
not
28.
great. 13 for Grim.
16 for Erebus.
You get the feeling that she seems... You know, you guys are pretty used to, people kind of being baffled by just adventurers' bullshit. She does not seem fazed.
Delightful.
For any number of reasons, surely, but...
So have you all been hunkered down here since the attacks began?
She kind of gives a nod. Yes, welcome to the fort. What was once a... And she'll kind of lead you in. What was once a Kush outpost is now a war seat / area for everyone to retreat to. Congratulations. And she just looks tired.
How many days has it been since the dragon arrived?
3? 3 sounds about right.
Okay.
well, what kind of assistance are you looking for?
There's about 8 million things to be done. Why don't you join me in the... I don't know. Let's head to the hall and see what we can do. I can list out all of the problems to you.
Alright, well, that sounds like a good use of our time. We're here to help.
How well are you at killing dragons? Because that, I mean, if we just kill the dragon, I think that would solve a lot of problems.
Ideally, that's what we're here for.
We have been sent to kill the dragon, yes.
Yes.
But I do believe our experience killing dragons is a bit minimal. We do have great experience talking with dragons, though.
Right. Not sure this is the talking sort, but I will keep that in mind. she will lead you into a fairly large hall. It's like definitely meant to like feed 10 to 12 people at a time. It's a large dining room, basically. It is a bit crowded. There's a few people kind of milling about the room. She'll just kind of wave you all off, a lot of them off. All right, scoot you all. We've got people to help. Most of them leave. Most of them look like villagers.
I was gonna say, I would like to just sort of try to read the room a bit, gauge overall morale, look for injuries, also look for anyone with weird vibes. Anyone who strikes Grim as having weird vibes, which is a different question,
yeah.
maybe a different question then, but you know that.
Sure. Insight check.
23.
23.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of farmers. There's a couple of human gentlemen. It's mostly gentlemen. A couple of human gentlemen, a halfling gentleman, a human woman. There at the moment who have kind of vacated the room. It looks like there was. You may have interrupted some talk about whether or not the best option would be to stay or try to bolt.
Okay. Did anyone look clearly injured, or did it look like...
No one looks injured. They all look a little tired and a little shaken is very much the vibe.
Okay, but it looks like the fort has been holding thus far.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. We'll lean against the wall in that corner. And let the talkers do the talking for now.
Yeah, Say will take a seat.
Erebus will sit next to her.
Are those small children or are those halflings?
Those are small children.
Great!
Corinne's just kind of standing at the head of that one table.
Yeah, Eliana's by a wall, and then I think she will take a seat.
Yeah. So she kind of just takes a spot at like the head of the room. Like it looks like she's pretty used to standing here and giving instructions for the day. Maybe not at this level, but
Corinne suddenly I just realized that I don't think we've introduced ourselves. My name is Corinne. Points next to her. This is Grim. That's Erebus, Eliana, and Say. And you are?
I am Captain Nighthill. I am the head of the watch here.
Pleasure to meet you. Sorry it's under these circumstances.
And she kind of nods. Normally it's a pretty quiet post, a good cushy retirement, but she kind of motions around her.
Yeah, Erebus nods knowingly. So, what have the dragon's tactics been so far? We know Ravenhome is a supply hub. Has there been any damage to any goods? Any other occurrences of note?
Not yet. Thankfully, the mill remains untouched so far.
Okay,
it looks
good.
like they're still organizing their forces. We did manage to put up a pretty good defense, but for every 2 we took out, they took one of ours, and we were not exactly a army to begin with.
The dragon army does seem not quite organized still, but if they were that much trouble to begin with,
not be long.
She nods.
Right?
Grim from the wall, staring at their feet. Has the dragon done anything, or has it all been the army?
I mean, it's mostly been both. The dragon raised a good chunk of the town from the sky, leading to most of the casualties. The army did try to make a run at our gates, but we pushed them back pretty easily for them. Then they needed to regroup after we killed a couple of their commanders.
Right.
Just nod.
Well done.
As far as anything that needs to be done, I think that... Where's Escobar? I will be right back. I need to go fetch a person. And she'll step out.
As she departs, Corinne just kind of like thinking out loud. I wonder how likely the army is to set about infighting.
Hold on.
Oh,
Let me see if I can. And they will just drop into still leaning against the wall. Drop into Bosun senses. What's Bosun looking at right now or listening to?
Bosun is looking to a very impassioned speech in Draconic.
I don't think Bosun speaks Draconic. Oh, this is fun. Oh no, I have to be able to see. That's annoying. Draconic doesn't bear any resemblance to deep speech, does it?
No.
Different language, different
Different,
everything
yeah.
altogether. Okay. Can Bosun attempt to obviously know the word? Doesn't know any of the words, but sort of who is speaking? Can Bosun tell who is the one giving the speech, and can Bosun get any sense of sort of the
It is a big...
vibe of the speech?
Yeah, it is a big guy. Big guy. Big guy is what you get back. Dragonborn, not Dragonborn. Dragonborn, maybe?
Okay, that seems fine.
Bigger than a Dragonborn. Very big dragon.
And is this... And does the speech seem to be like inspirational or scolding? I think it's probably what Bosun would attempt to be differentiated.
Can you roll an insight check for Bosun?
For Bosun, this will be fun. I can roll it. Let's see. Oh, yikes! It was both cocked and out of the tray and far away. 15. 1-5.
Yes.
It is inspirational and or scolding. Excellent. Grim will drop back out of Bosun's senses. Shrug. Elenia, I think you might understand them better than we can. And then we'll clam up promptly as people return to the room.
Yes, I speak that.
And Grim did not relay any of the content because they didn't have time.
Sure. Captain Nighthill will come back. She's escorting a very old dwarf. Red hair going white in places. Kind of hunched. Dwarves do not age gracefully.
Oh.
And he is old. And he looks to the captain and she nods to him. He goes, right, well, as I was telling the captain, like, there used to be an underground tunnel that led to the city. It was useful, when we had sieges to be able to get fresh water. It leads towards the river, and the river and the city. Haven't used it in a while. Probably infested with something nasty. Could be useful tactically, though. He kind of shrugs his shoulders. Mostly use it for storage. I can show you it.
Be good, I think, to understand what assets we have at our disposal.
The captain nods. The priorities right now are to bring any survivors we can into the keep for protection. Rally whatever protection we can give them. Just certainly at least more than they'll get in their homes. As well as to kill the dragon. I think if we kill the dragon, the forces will scatter. That's my hope, anyway.
That would make sense.
Yes, that's my hope too, especially if we can do it as soon as possible. Before they can really get organized and figure out a reason to stay.
Has the dragon had any sort of pattern of behavior over the past few days? Obviously, there was the initial attack, but has it come back for more at any point?
Not... It hasn't been... I think that they can call it back if they need to, but they haven't had to. Everything's been a bit scattered since the original attack.
So potentially, if there's enough danger for the army, then they could potentially bring it back into range.
She nods.
But more danger than just the siege itself, since it sounds like they took considerable casualties, but they didn't summon the dragon for that.
She nods a little bit. Most of the original casualties were from the dragon attack itself. Frankly, that was the big concern. We held our own against the cultists that are with them. But, and she just kind of shrugs. Anyone whose passive perception is above... damn. 15.
Everyone
except
but me.
You notice that there's someone listening at the door. A little face just pops it, like has creaked open the door just a little bit and is peeking in.
Corinne just calls to the door. Yes, can we help you?
There is a squeak and a shuffle, and she is gone.
Ervis turns to the rest of them. Who was that?
One of the little ones, I suppose. Olivia? I don't know. There's been a lot of people the last couple days.
Newcomers are always exciting.
I'm sure people are desperate to know what's going on.
She's in between me. She's like, is she right in front of the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Grim is going to sideways glance at Corinne via awakened mind. Will we be here for an hour, please?
And out loud, Corinne will say, so it sounded like they are... When we entered town, forces were gathering, potentially rallying the troops. There may be a bit of time before their next push. Would it be alright if we took a bit to assess the situation and discuss and determine kind of a plan for ourselves for a bit.
She nods. That seems fair enough. I mean, I'm not your boss, and any charity you can give us, we would be appreciative of.
Corinne nods. And then addresses the dwarf whose name was Escobar?
Escobar. Escobert.
E-E-R-T. Escobar. So she looks to Escobar and was like, would you mind showing me where the underground tunnel's head is?
He nods.
At sort of the same time, basically as soon as it is confirmed that we can stay for a minute, we're going to like the dimension door out of the hall to about here, and peek around the corner and see if they can see who was scurrying away from the door.
Hold on, I completely have lost you off my map.
Oh, I am northwest corner of the courtyard.
Looks like it was this little girl here.
Okay. There's some nonsense Grim would like to do, but we'll let hold until
Okay.
the scene in the room plays out. Just wanted to establish I wasn't there anymore.
Yeah. And she nods. Escobar will show you what you need to see. And the rest of you can take whatever rest you need before hopefully we can get everything settled.
Thank you.
One can certainly hope.
Yes, thank you so much. Nervous looks between Corinne and Eliana and say, do we all need to go see the tunnel head?
If you'd like. It's an open invitation.
Say shrugs. Could be best to divide and conquer. Some of us can talk to the refugees. Maybe get an idea of who is still in the city.
That's a good idea. If there's any way we can get them out of their homes and into the keep. I will help talk to the refugees. It's possible that I can help sneak some of them in here.
Oh, were we talking about the ones here in the keep, or were we talking about the ones that are still in the city?
Oh, I meant...
Oh, talk to the people here about who might still be in the city.
Yes.
I believe is the plan. But if we were to attempt to get some of them out of their homes into the safety of the keep, I'm pretty sure I can help with that.
Right. And Lenya, it sounded like you wanted to help with the interviews.
Yes, I can do that.
All right. Say, would you like to come with me to the tunnels?
Happily.
And I suppose Grim will figure themselves out. Looks back to Escobar. Right, whenever you're ready, sir.
Of course.
I'm sure they had something that they disappeared to.
They always do.
Erebus is starting to not look surprised when random things happen.
Captain Nighthill looks completely unflustered by the fact that adventurers are adventurers.
Yeah. Legit.
All right.
Okay.
Give me just a moment. Sorry about the wait. Thought I had loaded something and I had not.
The magic of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I, for some reason, thought I was going to have a little time before it came today. That was
Why would you ever assume that?
silly
Oh.
me. Alright. Let me just turn on the thing that I need to turn on.
Who's this guy with the is that a cigar?
We'll get there.
Oh, it's a pipe. That's
Is that
definitely
Russell
an
Crowe?
imposter. What was that?
I think that's Russell Crowe.
It does look like Russell Crowe. Ooh, there's one with a cool
Turn on
undercut.
fog of war, reveal areas.
Oh, I love the anvil.
Okay. Boom. Alright, so. Layer. Objects and tokens. Thank you. Alright, Grim, you were gonna try some shit. What are you doing?
Yeah. Grim is so dimensioned door to over here. Peeks around the corner, clocked which kiddo it was scurrying away from the door. Would just like to watch for a moment to see if that kiddo goes off to like look at something else, or if she's just reabsorbed into the crowd.
Sure. She seems to run to her dad, who kind of gives her like a cuff on the back of the head, like, I told you not to to try and sneak up on them. You're not good enough at it. 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there.
Okay. That's too little for Grimm's purposes, especially since they seem to have a since they seem to be supervised and not rogue children. In that case, Grimm is going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And would like to just sort of casually sweep their gaze over basically anyone they can put an line of sight as they stroll back to the dining hall.
Sure.
Just trying to get a gauge on, is anyone thinking anything they shouldn't be thinking right now?
Okay, so this group here in this corner are definitely having some plans about trying to convince the commander to let them fight. It seems like they have been evaluated and found not up to the task for particular reasons. They would like to be reevaluated. These two gentlemen are a bit older, and you get the kind of vibe that perhaps they're some sort of town leaders or some, low level, well respected people in the community. The vibes between them is like a lot of talking about how to best secure everyone for the night. A lot of like who is sleeping where, how do we arrange that?
Okay,
There's a lot of logistics. This gentleman is the father to these little girls. He is heartbroken, actually, at the moment.
No.
It looks like they may have lost their mother in the dragon attack. This appears to be his younger brother, who is doing his best to keep everyone's spirits up and everyone kind of together. Like, whether and lost in the dragon attack might not mean dead, like unknown, whereabouts unknown. These two is a middle-aged couple who are thinking about trying to leave and make a run for Waterdeep.
All right. Gate guards.
Gate guards. This is not a guard. This is a paladin from the temple in the city. A retired paladin. She has not fought dragons yet. Cursory, like, she's definitely, like, trying to think about how best to secure the gates, because she knows the next onslaught is coming. Honestly, all four of these are basically thinking about the same thing about... At least this guy in the corner is thinking about pulling a couple of these less trained people onto the gates, just to have some people who know maybe how to use a bow to help.
Okay. Grim will stroll back into the dining hall with the last of Tech Thoughts up and running, and would like to catch Escobar and Captain Nighthill
Sure, Captain Nighthill is...
in the line of sight.
Oh, yeah. Surface thoughts, or...
Yeah, surface thoughts only so far.
Okay.
We'll see after that. But
Captain Nighthill is a fighter and a former adventurer, which you can tell very clearly that she has evaluated all of you and knows more or less what some of you are about. She knows a ranger when she sees one. She knows a gunslinger when she sees one. She knows she doesn't know what your deal is. She assumes you're some sort of weird wizard. Same with Eliana.
Grim is pleased.
She has pinned Corinne as either a rogue or a ranger. You get the feeling that she used to, just judging by her her thought processes and how she's working through everything, she is used to be an adventurer herself.
Delightful.
Escobar is very old, and he would like to take a nap and get back to his forge now, please and thank you. And he would like all of these people to get out of his keep.
But just grumpy, not
grumpy get out of his keep, not murderous out of his keep.
Okay.
More like the children keep stealing my my tongs, more than like I need all of these people to get eaten by a dragon.
Okay, delightful.
He would like everyone to go home.
Yeah. Delightful. Grim will slip back in, post up in this corner, as Detect Thoughts, the last bit of Detect Thoughts wears off. And just wait to see where we're going.
Okay. So
that
Corinne...
was a less productive tour than they thought, but they feel much better for having made it.
So Corinne and Say, you are brought down to...
To a different map.
If I am back by the time they leave, I would probably tag along unless disinvited, because it's going to be sneaky time, in which case that would be fine too.
I mean, I don't think there's any reason why we believe it would be a sneaky thing at this point.
Okay. As Escobar brings you down the stairs, he kind of heads over to this set of crates and gives it a yank. As he pulls it back easier than a set of heavy crates should, revealing a lever. He pushes down the lever and opens up a door. Heading into a dark hallway.
Ooh, that's very clever.
He kind of grunts at you.
Undeterred, Corinne heads up to inspect the head of the tunnel.
Sure. It's carved out of the stone under the city. Like this is definitely carved and not built. There's some reinforcement as you look down the tunnel. There's some reinforcement here and there of like wooden arches. Just reveal areas, please. Some wooden and as the lever is pushed, several torches light up.
She takes a quick look in, and then we'll duck back out and ask Escobar. You had said something about clearing out the tunnel. Is there something in particular you expect will need to be cleared out of it?
He kind of shrugs. Been down here in like a few decades. There's always something bumping around in here.
What sort of something? Like creatures, or just old water that's gone stale?
He kind of shrugs and looks. It's like something.
Excellent. Thank you ever so much for your help. I will duck into the tunnel. Waving the other two along.
Okay. Sure.
Grim will follow, wishing they could think of something snarky to say, but not able to do it.
Say we'll bring up the rear. The tunnel is here, so.
As Corinne is going, she is looking for traps, looking for things that are living but should not be down here, or sludge that looks weird.
Sus sludge, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oozes that look sentient.
sentient oozes. You don't immediately spot anything amiss. It looks like it's actually kind of well kept.
As we're moving, can I try to get a sense of whether it's like well kept as in it has been? Oh wait, Escobar said that he hasn't been down here in a few decades.
Yeah.
He hasn't actually said that no one uses these ever. Or is that the case?
That is the case. He kind of implied that no one has been down here in decades.
Okay. Does it look like that's the case?
No.
Or does it look like there's been more traffic than that?
Yeah, it looks like there's been more. It does. It looks a little clean for it to have not been touched in decades.
Corinne is single-mindedly pointing ahead. I'm guessing. So Grim will sort of glance over their shoulder. Does this look like an abandoned tunnel to you, please?
Is that to say?
That is to say,
okay.
like they're trying to be quiet, so...
She shakes her head. Nope, I have terrible memories of the Underdark coming back right now.
I'm very sorry. And then ahead, looks forward again, realizes Corinne has turned the corner, swears in Elvish, jogs to catch up via awakened mind. Be careful, please. This does not seem to be abandoned. Which should make it better, but I don't feel like it does.
Corinne just kind of waves a hand in acknowledgement and continues pressing forward.
What's that creepy rock?
A large rock rises out in the middle of the room. Looks like it might be from maybe a cave-in. Partial cave-in. Looks very cleaned up, though.
Can we see the origin point of the rock on the, like, within the cavern? Like, can we tell easily, like, oh, that's where it started?
Oh, roll me a nature check?
Okay.
That'll be fun.
4.
10!
Elves! It's a rock. You're in a cave full of rocks.
Bunch of city kids.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're all city kids.
Didn't expect to need the ranger, but here we are. I can't remember if Eliana's good at nature. Rocks are almost like herbs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Corinne just continues, like, unless there's something unusual about the placement of the rock, or, like, if there's, like, something inscribed on it for some weird reason, and she just continues onward.
You can roll an investigation check.
Sure.
Grim would like to try to climb onto the rock.
It's an 11.
Can you roll athletics check, Grim? No, nothing unusual about the rock.
15.
15.
I only roll 9s today.
You mostly climb it. It doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, but like there isn't a lot of space between the ceiling and it, so.
It doesn't seem like it's a creepy altar of some sort, does it?
Roll an investigation check.
Grim is worried it's a creepy altar.
Sure.
That's a good roll. I don't think I have much modifier, but nope, that's Bosun's sheet. Oh! Am I really proficient in investigation, or did I click that by accident? I feel like I might have clicked that by accident. So it's a 16, and I will quickly double check a backup character sheet just in case it's really a better thing, but I don't think it is.
16.
So 16.
You don't see any immediate marks that say that this was in fact used for sacrifice.
Okay, Grim will drop back to the floor and follow the rogues. Unless Say is deliberately trying to stay behind them, in which case they'll be sandwiched in between the rogues.
She is trying to keep a rogue sandwich going, yes.
Grim's kind
but
of
is also very aware that like she's also like occasionally trying to pin between the two of you. Like you could roll an insight check if you want.
No, I think I appreciate it, but I think Grim is trying very hard to not think too much about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not finding any evidence that I'm actually proficient in investigation. I think I just clicked that by accident as I was trying to look something else.
Corinne?
You know what? I'll bite monologue token for Say.
Okay, so we separated the party, and now we're separating the party again. No, we are not doing this twice over. Division is a bad idea. I mean, in general, but also right now. Yeah, I don't like being underground. This is when the floor eats me. I hate it. Thank you. There's just a lot of muttering about being buried alive.
Oh, kiddo.
Poor Say.
Say is terrified of being underground.
Oh.
It's her worst day is underground.
Oh, kiddo.
She would rather fight the dragon.
Well, good news. She'll probably get to do that too.
Yeah.
She'd rather just go out and be like, yo, dragon, stop fucking shit up and start shooting it than be underground another minute.
Off we go.
Yeah, Corinne. What's your passive perception?
20.
You see... So, above when you look at where the crates moved and where the door opens, you saw a few places where maybe you could see where the door slid up and down. You see a few of these. I would show you if Roll20 would let me. I'm real done with Roll20, y'all. I'm real done.
Oh.
Reveal areas. I would like to reveal that area, please, and thank you. You see where, or you get the feeling that there might be passages going up here and going up here.
Delightful. I'm going to stop in front of this one and start examining around the door to see if I can find a trigger point for the door.
Roll me investigation.
22.
Okay. Yeah, you find a spot. There's kind of like a button that's actually a rock shaped like a button. Or, sorry, a button shaped like a rock. Sorry, it's been a day, y'all. Words are not wordsing.
It's fair.
We know the feeling.
Yeah. So Corinne presses on the rock button.
Revealing a second staircase up.
Ooh.
Oh, well, this is fun.
I beg your pardon?
There's a staircase over here. Hidden, leading upwards. There's another one probably, or another secret door at least, just on the other side of that one. And kind of points at the second area over here. But first, we'll poke in here. And
This looks
kind
like
of
it's in better shape than the other one. The other one, the one that you came in on, looked like it was dusty and had not seen feet in a long time. This is polished smooth and looks like it is used fairly often.
Okay. Do the stairs lead up to an opening, or is there like a trapdoor? Or
Trapdoor.
Okay. I would like to listen to see if I can identify, like, are there voices above us, or is the coast clear to open it?
Sure. You do not. Roll a perception check.
Okay. 16.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. I very cautiously kind of like lift the trapdoor a couple inches and like do a scan to see if I see any feet.
You do not see any feet. You do see grass. Or
Oh,
actually,
that's
you see tilled earth.
That's interesting. I kind of open it up a little bit more and like peek my head out to see if I can get a better orientation.
You see that you are in a field outside of the keep.
Oh. Well, how far where in relation to the keep is it? Like outside obviously, yes, but like how what's the distance, what's the location?
South. It's kind of butted up against the keep.
Okay.
Still within Ravenhome?
Still within Ravenhome for sure.
Okay.
Good to know.
Okay. Interesting. All right. She will close the trapdoor, come back down. So if we wanted to make an escape from the keep in general, that goes up to just to the south of the keep. Still within the city limits, or the city walls, but could potentially provide an exit point if someone was causing a distraction to the north.
Below the hill or on the hill, please?
Would it be on the hill, if Heather, since it's
it's really on, still on the hill.
Okay, still on the hill.
Less helpful for potentially bringing people to the keep then, without them being seen, but still very good to know.
Yes. And we'll move to the next little gap and do the same song and dance.
Investigation.
Suppose the other one goes down. They say mostly to themselves aloud.
Oh, no, that's a 10. No. You know what? We're burning a luck point.
Ooh.
Because I can do that. And I'm going to roll my actual die. Ooh, that's much better. That is a 23.
Yeah. You find the button. Push the button.
Push the button.
It opens up into a hallway. At the end is... So, first it's rock, and then it's wood, beautiful wood paneling, ending in a wooden door. This time, not with the rough torches of the other sections, but this time with very pretty oil lanterns.
Huh. Once again, I would like to listen at the door, see if I can hear anyone on the other side of it.
Sure. Perception.
29.
You do not hear anything immediately.
Is it unlocked? Well, first of all, is it trapped?
That is whole hella. Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you because I just shouted it out loud. It is hella trapped.
Okay. It's like step one, is it trapped? Okay. I'm gonna take a step back. And we'll kind of scan to see if I can identify where the trigger point is located.
Sure. There's a magical trap. So you can roll investigation.
Oh, it's another 10. I'm not gonna burn another luck point. We gotta fight a dragon. Might need that later. She'll kind of call over her shoulder. Say, there's a magical trap here, but I can't figure it out. Can you take a look?
I can certainly try.
Grim will take a couple steps back.
Grim peeks around the corner, looking lightly concerned.
It appears to be magic.
Yeah, yes, I'm aware of that.
That's what
Peeks around the corner again. Would you like me to fix that? I usually can't, but I can today. Oof. 4.
Kiddo. I was gonna
Or I
see if
might
I
be
could
able to.
offer. I was gonna see if I could offer like the help action by pointing out like the location of the trap, but here we are. It's fine.
Let's let Grim take a crack at it.
All right.
Grim will sort of peek around the corner once more and then slowly just roll around the corner, removing the scroll of dispel magic that I can't remember where we got it, but we certainly got it. It's the last thing on their inventory. Removing it from the tower. That makes sense. From the haversack. Holding it kind of awkwardly. Grim doesn't use scrolls really ever. Can you point me at it, please?
Oh yes, and Corinne will kind of like point out the shape of the trap.
Grim would like to attempt to use the scroll to dispel magic.
Sure. Sorry, y'all. I am fading fast. Yeah, easy enough. You dispel magic. The trap appears to be gone. The door is still
I think it
locked.
worked, but I couldn't see it in the first place.
Corinne will now go on and inspect to see if the door is locked.
Door is locked.
And we will pull out our thieves' tools and attempt to unlock it.
Sure.
Grim retreats back around the corner.
12.
Oh no!
Yeah, not quite. Seeing you kind of fussing with it, Say will move forward and she'll just be like, maybe try at a different angle. That helps me sometimes. Alistair pointed out some locks can be a bit tricky.
Yes, it's true. And she'll like once again will square herself and make another attempt. I'm gonna roll an actual die this time.
Okay.
It worked last time. Okay. That's better. That's an 18.
18 works.
Excellent. So there's a little like snick and the lock opens. And I'm gonna peek inside the door.
Sure. I will theoretically reveal what is you see.
You'll hide it 6 times first, because that's how Roll20 works.
Yeah. Are you heading in further?
Yes. While keeping an eye out for traps.
Smirked.
Yes.
You see a beautiful bedroom, well appointed.
Huh.
Does the bed look like it's been slept in?
The bed does look like it's like this bedroom looks like it's in use. There's oil lanterns with like they look like they used to be oil lanterns but might be converted to like some sort of magic situation. There is a chest at the foot of the bed. This is a whole ass bedroom. And as you all ponder that, let's scoot back to Erebus and Eliana.
Yes.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Sure, why
Absolutely
not?
fine. Nothing could be finer.
Is that, can I just ask, is that, as we ponder, is that a canopy over the bed? Or
Yes,
is that
that's a
like
canopy over
sheet?
the bed.
Okay.
Yes, it's so fancy.
It's a fancy bed.
Just wanted to check whether there was like an ominous shape under whatever that was. Carry on.
Nope, canopy. All right, what are you two up to?
Gonna go talk to some
Alright.
refugees.
We're talking to people. We're being sociable.
To the people.
Okay. Who are you talking to first?
Can you move us back to the
sorry,
map
I
with the
thought I
people on
had
it?
moved you over for some reason. Whoops. And you. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna move everyone over. Just keep everyone on whatever scene we're focusing on at the moment.
Okay, so we got some people who have been told that they can't fight. We've got some people who are large and in charge. We've got some people who are sad and rogues.
Hannah, can you remind me whether Grim told any of this to any of us or no?
Grim said nothing. Grim just
Okay.
returned to the
We
room
know
and waited.
nothing. Great.
Correct.
Fantastic. Okay, I guess pick a group, any group.
Yeah, I think Aliana's gonna go up to the kids and the. She's thinking that they're the dads, but that she doesn't know.
Fair assumption.
Okay. Sounds great. Service will come too.
The gentleman kind of stands up. The older gentleman kind of stands up a little straighter and gives you a nod. Hello, stranger.
Hi.
Good day.
Good morning.
I am sorry about the little one. She just got excited.
No, I know lots of little ones who are like that. How old? How old are you?
And
She asks the kid.
yeah, she kind of peeks out behind her dad and holds up 6 fingers.
It's a good age. Well, we are here to help, and to try to get as many people out of town and to here as we can. Is there anybody you know who you know is still in the town?
We still haven't heard from the girl's mother yet, unfortunately.
No.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I'm sure she's fine. She's a very clever lady, and he kind of, ruffles both the kids' hair. Why don't you two go play, somewhere, not near the latrines? And both of them kind of dart right off to the forge, because, kids.
I mean, it's not the latrines.
It's not the latrines!
Alright, what can you tell us about, who's left in town? We'd like to see what we can do to get people to safety.
He kind of nods. Honestly, I don't know much about who's left. I know my wife is missing.
Could you describe her?
Sure. She's, relatively short, and he kind of motions to about halfling height. Brown head, it's actually, her cousin over there, and he points to, the halfling here. Her name is,
Okay.
her name is Lottie.
Does this description meet any of the people whom Eliana has seen coming from Ravenhome so far?
No.
Okay. All right, I haven't seen her.
I know, quite a few people, bolted, towards Waterdeep when everything went down. might be worth to check into. Give me a second. Might be worth it to check in at the tavern. There's a serving girl there. She's still pretty young. If the family made it out, I don't think she would have as well. She's not quite related to them.
Alright, where's the tavern located?
Actually not far from here. A bit south. Southeast. A bit west towards the river. There's a big tree next to it. Like I said, it's not far from here. Can't miss it. It's one of the bigger places in town.
Right, good to know.
Yeah, we became aware when we saw people coming into Waterdeep. Just as we were noticing that, we saw, we got our mission to go kill the dragon and provide what help we can to you.
He actually kind of lifts his head. Girls, what's the name of the little one at the tavern? And she kind of peeks her head out. Which one? And he kind of goes, the one they hired. And she goes, oh, that's Penny. And she sticks her head back in and goes back to whatever she's doing in the forge.
Who's Penny?
Like I said, there's a girl who works for the tavern. I think it gets a bit complicated. It's not a great situation. I try to keep an eye on her when I can. She's similar age to my girls.
Erebus looks, there's like the briefest passing of like a horrified expression on her face that like a 6-year-old is working for the tavern, and then she's quickly schools it.
Yeah.
Eliana might have seen it, but she's...
You get the feeling, you get the look, I mean, with y'all's passive insights, he's not happy with that situation either.
Yeah, it sounds like super bad situation.
Yeah. You get the feeling that this is the thing that was done, and he does not seem very confident that she is in a good situation, but also, the bounds of society being what they are might not have a lot of room to navigate.
Sure. So Erebus says, what does Erebus say about this? Where are her parents?
He shakes her head. I think the father ran off before she was even born, and the mother, he kind of shrugs.
Right. Well, do you think she's still there?
She's clever. She's a tough one, that one. I've got my hopes.
We'll keep an eye out for her and get her here, if we see her.
He nods.
I'm sure we will. 6-year-olds can be some of the most clever beings I've run into, it's true.
Really can. And he kind of glances back at the forge.
Erebus smiles and nods.
But
anywhere else we should look at first?
To be honest, we were still settling in. We had bought a farm ourselves, so we're kind of new to town.
Of course. This is very good information. We really appreciate your help.
Thank you.
She glances at Elena. Anna.
Thank you.
Alright, I should get those two before Escargot loses his shit.
Okay. Yeah, if you think of anything else, or if anyone else mentions something that might be interesting, just have them come find us.
He nods and waves to you, and heads to go get the small children who are making very loud banging noises.
Did he really call him escargot, or
He
did I
did really
mishear that?
no, he really called him
just
escargot.
checking. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Amazing. Okay, so next round of people.
He actually, the younger brother actually kind of moves into you. If you want, I can help make introductions.
That would be great.
Please.
Happy to. And he gives you a big grin.
I'm Eliana. She's Erebus.
Nice to meet you. I'm Arthur.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank
Can
you so
I
much for
play
your
a
help.
monologue token on Arthur?
Sure you can.
Or is okay. Delightful. I play a monologue token.
Right, okay. I might actually be helpful to these very pretty ladies. I can be helpful to the very pretty ladies with very powerful weapons. This can only go well for me. That's
Good for you, Arthur. Thank you.
He's trying to be helpful. He feels like the best way to maybe make a good impression is to maybe be helpful. You know.
I mean, I don't think he's wrong.
I don't think he's wrong either, but out of curiosity, how old is this person?
Roll a check. You roll a check.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Just make it make sense.
All right.
Insight, perception,
let's say
investigation,
it's
survival.
yeah, let's say it's perception. That's going to be a 16.
16. Yeah, he looks like he's maybe mid-20s, early to mid-20s, maybe like a solidly 23-year-old.
Okay. Interesting. Erebus just kind of notes that and goes along and is like mentally preparing herself.
It does not seem to be put off by the fact that you are two powerful young women.
Exactly. She's 8 times as old as this guy.
He's down for
Maybe
a
he
challenge.
likes that. We don't know.
Unbothered, flourishing in his lane.
Yeah. Eliana, not knowing any of this, follows along.
Erebus
To
is
be
better
fair,
on the block. She knows when someone's giving glad eye when she sees it.
He is trying to be helpful. Like, at least he is
Yeah.
trying to be helpful and hoping that he
It's
just
true.
earns some brownie points. So
It's true.
I guess I could roll her insight and see if she picks up on this. But she's not thinking about it, so...
Yep. No, it's all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a monologue. No one knows but Arthur.
Yeah.
It's a say nothing until the situation comes up situation.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we go along with Arthur to meet the people.
Right, so this is Elias, and that's this guy. And Lennon. This is he's the leader. Lennon is the leader of the Farmers Guild, and Elias is one of the councilmen, functionally our mayor.
Nice to meet you both.
And they both nod to you. Elias is like, you came from Waterdeep, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
We came as functionally as soon as we heard.
Did a lot of people make it out? Is everyone all right as best we can tell?
There were quite a few refugees who made it to the city. It looked like it was a rough journey for some of them. She kind of glances at Eliana. You were in the Court of Miracles last night helping. What would you say the status is?
There were a lot of people who made it in, and that they're being well taken care of.
He nods. Looks a little relieved. I was worried. A large group traveling can be its own target.
Yes,
Yes.
especially if they're not well fortified.
A lot of the people from the outskirts of the city headed out that way when the dragon attacked, while the rest of us kind of flooded the fort as best we could.
I can't speak to how many people made it to Waterdeep and how many didn't, but a lot of people did make it.
He nods. I'm grateful.
We noticed that there are some families still hunkering down in the houses. Anyone in particular missing that we should keep an eye out for?
The Bell family. That's a good one to look out for. He kind of scratches his lip and then looks to his friend next to him, who nods. The Bells. It's only the four of them now. Two grandparents and a couple of, newlyweds. They might not have been able to leave with Stephen being in the condition he's in. It'd be a bit hard for him to move around. They might have decided it was better to stay put.
What condition is that?
Got a bum leg. Had a bit of an accident on the field. Had a rough time with a carriage and the whole thing collapsed on him. He's a cartwright, so.
All right. That's good to know. Are there a lot of people in town who are having trouble with mobility right now?
No, I think he's the big one. Most
right.
everyone else can get around more or less fine. And he kind of thinks a little bit. Might keep an eye out for the Stone family. They are, as Masons. They're dwarves, so they can be a bit difficult to rouse from where they live. You can know them because the house is made of stone and most of the other houses are not.
Okay.
Those are the two off the top of my head anyway, who might be stuck.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
What's the thinking of, is there can we give them your names as people who we spoke with? I'm thinking about what reason they might have to trust us.
Elias actually nods a little bit, and he will reach into, around his neck, he pulls off it's a small necklace. It's got a little pewter sun on it. Worn this since I was a boy. Keep good care of it. They'll know that it's mine.
Yes, of course, thank you.
Would like it back, though.
Yes, understandably.
Of course, thank you for entrusting it to us.
Yes.
Eliana, who is very necklace, does Erebus wearing any necklaces at this point?
Not that they can see from, given her like layers of traveling clothing and her cloak.
Okay. So Eliana will offer the necklace to Erebus.
Erebus takes it and tucks it safely away.
All right.
Okay. Two young girls dash across the courtyard. An older gentleman kind of walks behind. Oh no, you're beating me in a race. How? He's walking.
Erebus laughs.
Lyanna laughs too.
Okay. Arthur will nod to the two men. Right. Who do you want next? The discontent or the rabble-rousers?
What's the difference between the discontent and the rabble-rousers?
He laughs a little bit. The discontent would like to leave, the rabble-rousers would like to fight.
Right, that's a very important distinction. Let's go rabble-rousers first.
Rabble-rousers it is. I have to say I'm a proud member of the rabble-rousers.
You want to fight?
He nods.
Is there anything stopping you from fighting?
I would rather do it with permission of our good captain.
Or are you with weapons?
I
Or
trained.
are you the magic sort?
I've trained with a sword and a bow, well enough. Decent enough hunter. Figure that giant crocodile isn't too hard to hit. It is giant.
Yes, but once you hit it, it will know that you're there.
And you have to get through that armor first.
Yes. So, I think that your skills would be useful, but it'll need to be a strategic approach so that hopefully we can get everyone out of here with their lives.
He nods. He seems to be, of the rabble-rousers, very, I will follow the instructions that I'm given, but I would like to fight. Please and thank you.
Cool.
Right, this is Bryn. That's Phoenix. That's Corey. And that's Aiden. They all kind of give you a wave as you approach.
Nice to meet all of you. Arthur tells us you want to fight.
Corey kind of nods exuberantly. Aye, we do. A couple of us were thinking about trying to slip the gates to go see if we can find anybody and bring them back here.
Well, that's something that we were getting ready to do, actually, to go get people out of town and gather them in here where it would be safer.
Yes.
Good to hear. So glad someone's doing it. Need help? We can help.
Has your commander advised you to stay back for now?
The commander's not quite sure what to do with us, to be honest.
Why not?
I think Captain Nighthill is a bit overwhelmed. They're doing their best. Very clearly doing their best. Would not speak badly. Captain Nighthill is very experienced. Might be a bit frazzled.
Understandably so.
I would like to incite whether there's any shade being thrown on Captain Nighthill here.
Sure. Insight check away.
19.
Nice.
Corey seems to be being genuine. He seems to be kind of... You don't get the feeling... You get the feeling that they're all... No one wants to doom everyone by showboating or doing things that they're not supposed to, but they do want to help. That is the vibe. The vibe you are getting is no one wants to Leroy Jenkins, but they all want to help. But they have not.
No one's about to go do anything foolish.
Yeah, they have just not been given the permission to help, and they are talking amongst themselves to figure out how best to lobby their case more than they are talking about how best to, go just do the thing without permission.
Okay. Alright. Well, tell us about your skills.
Corey nods. Well, I'm pretty good with scythe. Most blades, really. My father was a blacksmith in town. I have handled a blade for a good long time. And I'm pretty proficient with throwing daggers and axes. Now I gotta look at my notes to see who everyone is. My goodness. Sorry, y'all. I am fading fast.
Okay.
That's Bryn, right? I named her Bryn.
Bryn is the undercut one.
Bryn is undercut.
Phoenix is redhead.
Phoenix is the redhead.
Another redhead.
Another
Yay.
redhead. Yay. And this
Genetics
Bryn
is
doesn't
weird.
know.
This is Aiden.
Oh, wait, they do.
Did I name him Aiden or am I?
Yeah, you sure did.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. Hold on. I'm just putting a name on them.
It's okay.
There are many tokens, many people on this map. All
There
of
are
them
many
have
people
names.
on this map. Meanwhile, we're just having a rabble rousers interview. That's fine.
I won't even remember their names. And, well, I mean, I will because then I'll be able to check the transcripts next time.
Yes, it's true.
That's what they're for.
Nameplate. Okay. There. I give my
Fantastic.
brain a slight chance of being able to do this.
Excellent. Outsource that executive function.
Yes. When in doubt, label maker.
Yay.
Corey motions to Aiden. Aiden kind of nods. I'm a hunter here in town. I actually am a bit of a ranger.
Okay, great.
I mean, you could roll a perception check or investigation on him if you want.
Sure. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, Ranger fight, Ranger fight.
He does have the cut of a ranger to him. He doesn't look like maybe he's been roaming the wild woods, but he does got a huntsman look to him. Probably is some sort of woodsman.
Okay.
He doesn't look like he's blowing smoke up your ass. He does look like he might not be a high level ranger like you, but definitely is like has spent a good chunk of time out in the woods. Like,
Okay.
if you lost your sheep and you're pretty sure it ran off into the woods, you call Aiden. Like,
Okay.
yeah, best ranger in the
Sheep
immediate
master
area.
Aiden.
Yeah. He's the best
Okay.
ranger. He's the best ranger in Ravenhome.
Okay, great. All right, fantastic. Ranger skills are always useful. Next.
Bryn and Phoenix are both kind of nod a little bit. We're archers. Our father raised us to know how to use a bow.
Okay, archers are useful. Great. So it sounds like you all have skills that could be put to good use in this situation. We'll keep that in mind. I'm sure that we'll need everyone who can to help out. It's just a little bit difficult to make a plan at this exact moment until we figure out the whole scope of the situation. But yeah, archers are useful against dragons. It sounds like all of you can use bow.
Yeah, they all kind of nod.
Yeah. All right. You just need to know where to aim, and you really only get one shot, because once it knows you're there, that's a problem.
Seems to be nods. Like, they're definitely accepting your wisdom. It's like no one is brushing you off as being like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. All of them seem to be very aware that you are the experts.
Okay. Erebus is like, yay, reasonable youngsters.
They're not like yeah, they seem to be fairly a good bunch. They're not, you don't expect any craziness from them.
Okay. Great. I think rabble rousers isn't quite the right term I would use to describe you all. You're clearly eager to help. The right reason.
Or
Um,
mostly just because when we run about town, when things aren't like this, we can
mhm.
get into a bit of trouble.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well, yeah, thank you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Is there anything we should know while we're making our plan?
There's a vineyard north of the town. If it goes up, it's going to burn very brightly and very hot. Corey offers.
Okay.
So a distraction, or something that you do not want lit on fire?
He kind of shrugs. It'd be a good distraction. If you want to lure something in, that would be a good spot for it.
Well, that's my skill, lighting things on fire.
That is a very, very impressive skill.
Erebus grins at Eliana. Okay, good to know. Is there anyone in town you're particularly worried about who hasn't made it here or out to run for Waterdeep?
Most of them kind of shake their heads. Arthur just kind of motions to his brother, mostly Lottie.
Yeah.
Lottie kind of kept an eye on all of us and kept us in line.
Okay. We'll definitely keep an eye out for her. All right. Great. Thank you. You'll be hearing from us very soon.
Nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
And then over to the final group.
Yeah. Arthur will head over this way. He will take up a different space than Eliana.
She will make an attempt to dodge so that they don't bump right into each other.
He's pretty light on his feet. As they approach, this woman kind of grumps at you all. Right, what do you want?
Well, we want to kill the dragon.
Good for you. Best of luck.
Right, and while we're on our way to do that, we want to help keep people as safe as we can, which right now means bringing them here.
That's certainly an opinion.
What's your opinion?
I think we're all trapped here on a giant hill, high up in the air, where it's easier for the dragons to pinpoint us immediately. Arthur kind of makes a frustrated noise. Polly, can you just... And Polly just is like, nope, I want to leave. I would like for them to open those gates for me. I want to go now.
All right, well, I am going to defer to the... Trying to... Pardon me while I look up Nighthill's title. I am going to defer to the judgment of the captain. I take it that Thinking. I do believe with the dragon's army in town, it's better to be here than with those giant trolls walking about, or the crocodiles.
It's true. Both of those are out there.
I ain't seen them.
I have.
Yes,
Not
we ran into them on our way in.
Not the crocodiles or the lizard folk, but the trolls.
Mm-hmm. And who are you?
I'm Eliana. This is Erebus. I'm from Waterdeep.
I'm recently from Waterdeep. That's where we were when we heard, anyway, and, I certainly understand your frustration. Can be hard to be told to wait when there's a lot of tension and a lot of danger. And I certainly see how you could assume that the keep is just a giant torch lighting the way for the dragon. But there are some pretty thick walls in between you and the dragon right now.
She just looks directly up.
Dragon is distracted right now. But
Eliana gestures at the buildings in turn.
But I understand your anxiety, and one of the things that we'd like to do is make sure people get to safety. And if there's a way to get you out of the city, we'll certainly help. But if the dragon sees you, and it's very likely that it might, even if you try to leave the keep, won't be a good thing for you.
Roll a persuasion check. With advantage.
But you guys don't let me down.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Okay. All right, that's gonna be 17.
17. She kind of nods. She seems to be at least paying attention to what you're saying. How much is actually sinking in? It's hard to tell. But she doesn't seem like she's bolting for the gates, at least.
Okay. Well, this is more success than Erebus really expected, because she's seen a lot of people like this in her time.
Mm-hmm. She does not seem to buy the fact that you've seen dire trolls and lizard folk, but she seems to not be, like, leaving actively.
Okay. So if you're willing to hang tight for a bit, we're trying to gather as much information as possible to make a plan, and we would love your help if it came to it, but if you really just want to leave, we'll do our best to make that happen.
She nods.
Is there anybody out in the town that you're concerned about right now?
No.
Okay. This is the first a little bit like, no.
She's nope.
All right. Well, if you think of anything that we might need to know while we're making our plan, we'll be around.
Don't get eaten.
Good advice.
Not planning on it.
Arthur just quickly steps back, like he's not dealing with that.
Poor Arthur. Thank you, Arthur. We appreciate your help meeting everybody.
Yeah, anything I could do to help, you know. Trying times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not what anybody planned on this winter time.
It's a good time to be a good neighbor, perhaps, Polly. You see Polly kind of spit in his general direction. She's gonna scoot Molly this way. Not a lot of
But
places
it's
to
hard
storm off
change
to.
people's minds. She's gonna think what she's gonna think.
Though to be honest, I think if anyone could take a diatrol in this town, it would probably be her.
On the one hand, I would pay good money to see that. On the other, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
He nods. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her do it, but only if she's successful.
Yes. I think that's where we're at. Ideally, everyone will be very successful. That's why we'll just have to make the best plan we possibly can to make sure that we don't lose anybody else.
He nods.
All right.
Well,
Yes.
I think our friends are going to be back soon, and then we'll want to talk about what to do next. In the meantime, would a little music cheer people up?
Cheer me up.
Cheer me up too.
All right.
If you'd like a very poor dulcimer player to help with that, you have my instrument, and she holds up her well-loved dulcimer.
Alana draws her new lute from the bag of holding. It's not like shiny and new, but it's less than a year old, and still in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to hear you play.
Fantastic. Go ahead and take the lead.
All right.
And Eliana does so, launching into, well, let's just call it the old dun cow.
Great.
All the rabble rousers raise their heads immediately. You are singing their song.
Yay. Then Erebus joins in after a few bars.
Though
She's a little better than she says she is, but she's not an expert by any means.
Though maybe singing a song about the tavern burning down is a whole ass choice, but
Oh, that's the one about the tavern burning down? I thought that was the one about, I totally forgot that it was that one.
Is the old dun cow Mrs. O'Leary's cow in Chicago? Is that what's happening here? Or is
let me
this
grab it.
an actual song? It's fine.
It is an actual song.
I think I may have asked this last time. Too.
It is a song.
Oh wow! It sure is a song about a pub burning down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine. It's fine.
It's all fine.
It's the first song that we both thought of, and so we're just gonna go with it.
Hey,
Yeah.
got fire on the brain.
I always envision it was playing in the tavern, so I just envisioned that it's one of those classic drinking songs.
It is really a classic drinking song, especially in Waterdeep.
Oh no!
It is certainly a choice for a place where the dragon has probably burned the tavern down.
It's probably fine.
Amazing.
We're just gonna go with it.
Okay. So I do apologize, y'all. I am fading fast, so I am going to call it here for tonight as one group sings and one group investigates a very sketchy bedroom.
Yeah, super sketchy.
It's fine.
It's
all
two
fine.
good cliffhangers. What is in this sketchy bedroom, and what happens as a result of singing a song about a tavern burning down? I am into it.
I will note that the way that this goes is Eliana gets to the end of the first verse and the line about how the pub's on fire, and kind of catches herself, but it's too late to back out now, so she just keeps on going.
I love it. Perfect.
I respect that energy so much.
Yeah.
Incredible.
All right. Thank you for being gentle with me, all. It has been a day.
Thank you for running game in spite of it being a day. I hope you have a peaceful evening. And
Yes.
tomorrow.
sure.
I might fall
Yeah.
down, go boom.
Excellent.
Understandable.
Thank you for running
Of
quite a few
course.
NPCs and
Yes, even
Yes.
more
Um,
NPCs.
yeah,
You did some very good brainage.
you
just by
really did.
everything. So.
Yeah. Thank you all. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time
Yeah.
on the Dragon of Ravenhome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Stuff happens. It's
It's
fine.
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 I need to check. I'm going to check this map for mushroom circles.
Also fine.
That's fair.
Cool.
All right. See you all
there-
else internet.
There
Have
is
a
a
good
hidden.
night,
Go ahead.
everyone.
There is a hidden thing on this map, but it's not nearly as interesting as
Oh,
the
it's
mushroom
not
circles.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
It is that I put a pumpkin under the table.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Oh,
Yes,
I do
it's in
see
the upper
it.
right.
Oh.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's
Hidden
cute.
pumpkin. I love it.
I'm gonna zoom all the way in so I can admire. Oh yeah! Oh look, it's got a little pumpkin image because of the squash. What a good
These maps
What
are
is
great.
what is the? Oh, is that light glinting off? Is that a light source glinting off a jug to the right of the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Ooh.
I was like, is that a void pit? And then I was like, nope, I bet it's a jug.
It is a large jug of oil.
Oh,
So
that
essentially,
makes sense.
a void.
I run the warlock. I'm allowed to think things are void pits. That's my job. That's why I'm here.
On brand.
I don't know that
Representing the
you're
void.
The other little Easter eggs on this map is that this bed has a pillow both at the head and the foot,
Nice.
Oh.
for no particular reason, but also the stables and the fact that the latrines are right here. I made latrines.
I need to zoom out and see.
Oh, there
what the
they are.
latrines are.
Important features. Maybe
Oh
that
yeah,
is where
very
the little girls
important.
sleep.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I have questions about the kids being permitted to play in the forge, but by the latrines also seems like a terrible idea. So like, if you have
Yeah.
to choose,
Yeah.
like as long as they're not gonna
least
put their
there's
hands on anything actively,
supervision.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say permitted, but
I also love the crossbow. Oh, and look at the book in the room above Polly on the
Yeah.
table. There's like writing in the book and a very cool knife next to it.
That's the captain's
Or an
quarters.
illustration. Cool.
She has a
also
crossbow.
That's great.
She has a crossbow on her footboard too.
I see. Dungeon Alchemist is very good.
Yeah.
I'm also interested in this probably an armory, but
Yeah,
Oleana doesn't know.
it is.
Nice.
If you think these Easter eggs are fun, I'm slowly but surely building the Kyrell house for the party. So.
Oh. I decided
Yes.
not to look.
Oh, don't worry, it has been completely changed.
Okay, I'll go back and look at
With the other map,
what it was posted in the
Yeah. I
Building
am excited for
Casuals.
the Kyrell party. That's going to be some shenanigans.
Yes.
Just gotta
So-
survive the dragon to get there.
This
it's
is where
fine.
I announced that I am actually bringing in some guest stars for the Kyrell party.
Yes.
Oh.
Both to help, basically to do NPC voices and give you guys some variety in NPCs. We will be having.
I was gonna say, do we get to know who it is?
We have Mish
Uh-huh.
and Rob.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that'll
nice.
be fun.
Rob will be playing Crosp, as well as some other people, including Elray.
Oh my god! That guy!
Oh shit. Oh
That
wow.
guy.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I don't. Wow.
Who is this person?
So he's this guy, he's an elf, quote, lord, but not really. He feels his feelings very, very deeply. Corinne had an interaction with him where she drank some really terrible, terrible tea and like sat and comforted him while he cried in front of her and was like holding her hands, and she was just like, well, I'm I hope you feel better. I'm going to go now.
Oh no.
Let me find those notes because it was
It was a
certainly
whole
a
thing.
thing that happened.
The
Okay.
party.
Yeah, but
Great.
Rob Blade claimed him as one of the NPCs he can control.
Oh my
So
god.
glad.
I can't wait.
Amazing.
Also, Crossby's like, I think I have to play Crossbow. I was like, I think you have to play
Yeah.
Crossbow.
He'll get there by hook or by crook. Excellent. Who's
Perfect.
Mish playing?
He will be
Or the-
playing Aurelius Kane Kyrell.
Oh! Oh, no, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. At least Aurelius Kane, maybe a couple of unnamed NPCs. TBD, but
Fabulous.
yeah, I have a chat going with them to nail out the details. So hopefully it's all smooth. Like I'm still DMing, but like and I'll be the DM. But I wanted to give you guys some variety for the NPCs so that they all.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
was-
sounds like
I
there'll be
was
plenty
thinking
going on
earlier
there.
that there are just going to be so many NPCs. But
Mhm.
yeah.
It is nice to outsource sometimes.
Yes, for sure. Yay,
Yeah.
get stars.
We got like 10 days in game before that party, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've got time.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
I can't find the Elray
just,
chat.
just look up
That's all
ugly.
right.
Find it.
Just look at Google Drive ugly fish. It'll pop
Yeah.
up.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's actually a better idea. I had tried his name. I just tried Sea Elf, which looks like it's getting me closer. But I'll try Ugly Fish if that doesn't work.
Okay. Great. I can't
Stay
wait.
tuned.
I'm very excited.
Awesome.